Greetings all my shamanistic viewers of the Merry Meeple channel. Today we are looking at what's in the box of, I believe it's pronounced Rauha. That's how we've been pronouncing it. Here is who it's designed and art and such by. It is 2 to 5 players, 45 minutes, 10 and up, from Grrre Games. Distributed here by Hachette Board Games. After millennia of sterility, life has sprung up again on Rauha. As a venerable shaman, move your avatar around your world to shape it and turn it into a cradle of life energy. Choose a biome card, receive divine entities, and activate your biomes according to the location of your avatar. There's the highlights: a short rule set for an intense and strategic game, an atypical card choosing system, constant indirect interaction. Scales well from 2 to 5 players with no change to rules. Alright, let's grab this. Pop it open. We have some extra baggies. We have a rule book. This is a pretty small and simple rule book. There's your turn sequence. Choose a biome card. Place or discard the chosen biome card. Receive a divine entity. Activate your avatar and divine entities. Move your avatar, scoring, spores and divine entities. That's it. That was the rule book. Here you have the overview of the game turn, description of the biomes, the board description, the effects of all the divine entities, and the biome effects. Alright, this little tray did not come with the game. I've reused this from Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. It's got your crystals, which are your spending power. Here's your 1s, here's your 4s, and these are, if you go around the track, there's a plus 100, plus 200. Alright, now we have the spore tiles and your avatar markers. Let me get these spores open. A little flap, I have big fingers. Whichever. Alright, we're not doing that. Alright, so you'll see there's 2 different colors. It's the same thing, just white on one side, purple on the other. That's because sometimes you might be activating a bunch of spore tokens and you can flip them over to remind yourself which ones you activated this turn. Alright, this baggie I should get open. I will get this baggie open because I want to show you these guys individually. There we go. So these are the avatar tokens. So these will be your player markers going around your board. Are these guys, and here's your little scoring marker. So as you see, different kind of shapes and colors and faces. These all look pretty cool. I really like these. Alright, next up we have the divine entities. You'll be getting these as you line up 3 of one type. So that type is shown up here. So if you have 3 of these crystals in a row or column, you get this divine entity. And the round you take it, you can get this as 3 points. And then every scoring you can do them again. And when you use them, you can flip them over to remind yourself you've used them. This one just gives you 2 water sources. This is spend 4 crystals to get 7 points. This is just get 3 crystals. This is get a point for every spore token you have on your board. 1 point per every water source you have on your board. This is you are going to choose one of the animal types, the little diamond guys, and you get a point for each one of those. And then we're back to the 3-point one. So those are the divine entities. These are cards. I will lay these out and explain these to you soon. Next up you have the portals. So this is where all the discards go. And then these are the kind of the boards that go between players. The moon's facing one side, the stars facing the other, and that determines which one you're drafting from. And you have all of those. This is the scoreboard. And kind of shows you here, you can discard a card when you draft it for 4 crystals or a spore. During scoring, you activate your spores and then you compare water sources. You compare whoever has, or you look at who has the least and then see how many different you have, and then you score according to that. So if there's a 0 difference, no points. 1 is 1, 2 is 3, 4, or 3 is 6, 4 is 10, and 5 is 15. Alright, and then you see 99, you jump up here, and then you can start back over. Let me move that out of the way so I can show you what these other pieces are. These other pieces just go around the board, and then you take your divine entities and just line them up in there to start the game. They just have them around there. So that's what that board is. Next up you have the 5-player boards, because it is a 5-player game. Let me go ahead and grab one of the little player avatars again. I don't know why I put them away. Alright. Here's your player board. It's a grid of 9 spots. As you can see, they all initially, or the majority of them initially do something. That gives you a crystal, a point. This is spend 3 to put out a spore. And then you are going to have your little avatar guy start right there. You see he fits in, and that means you're going to be drafting from the moon board. And then he'll move over here, you'll be drafting from the star, and then the moon. And then after you draft 3 cards, he comes to the scoring. In the scoring, you are going to activate all of your little tiles that have spores, and any of your divine entities again, and then you'll wrap the corner. The other thing about the avatar is after you draft a card and play it, you'll then activate the row or column that he is over however you want. But the player boards do have 2 different sides, an A and a B. Alright, so I'm going to get those cards, where they go? I'm going to get these cards laid out on the table and show you them and kind of explain their anatomy to you here in a minute. Alright, so here we have those cards laid out. We're going to start with the number 1s. So as we go down, we get to the bottom, I'll kind of explain to you what they all mean. And so you will see they have those symbols up here. Like I said, if you get 3 of those in a row or column, you attract one of the divine entities, and you could get multiple at one time. As you see, this one has 4 of them. This is normally where the cost is, so you'll see this one costs 3 crystals to put out. This is their ability, so that gets you 2 crystals. That'd give you a point for every one of the hoof prints you have. And then if you look over here, this one's free to put out, but it needs to be in one of those 3 spots on the right. And then when you put out a spore token, you just put it right there in a little circle, and then that means you can activate that during scoring. So let's jump over here to the number 2s. You'll see some of them are a bit stronger, some of them might cost a bit more. Kind of that whole next level of the game. I like when games do that, that way you don't get bogged down at the beginning with expensive, powerful cards you can't do anything with. Alright, so again, that was Rauha. These are the cards that were in that game. Have a good day, everybody.